Okay, as I promised in the wrap-up, a little bit different flavor of a vlog. But let's get to the intro first. Well, we're out front, outside. New intro, hope you enjoyed it. You can definitely tell where the haunt has been. You can see the trail everyone walked, but the only part of the trail you really don't see is the one where it goes through the garden. We're out front. We've done a little bit of raking out here. More leaves blew down. Problem with fall, leaves always falling and blowing. This one, not a Halloween vlog. It's going to be Christmas. It's time to get started putting the lights up. We've got some decent weather out here. It's cool. It's not cold, so I'm not wearing the winter jacket. And I promised the wife this year I would do the full display. Last year, we just set up the candles, the Santa and Frosty blow molds, and the blow-ups across the front. I didn't do any of the trees or anything. So this year, we've got all the tubs down. I got about 8 or 9 tubs full of lights. And we're gonna get all the trees and everything taken care of. Today's project is the eve of the house all the way around. I got some big bulbs to put up, and I got some icicle lights. At least that's what they used to be called, to put up. So we're gonna get those first. We're gonna start with all the ladder work stuff first before we start doing the ground stuff, and I'll be happy when we get to the ground stuff, as always. Well, end of the day, wrap up. We've been working on, for the most part, aerial stuff, and it's been the eve of the house up there, and I know things are looking kind of yellow with this camera. I think this camera's going out, but we got the entire eve of the house done along with the pole. On the big red, green, and blue lights up on the edge of the house, there's 50 of those. On the icicle lights hanging up, and those are LED icicle lights, so they're not drawing much power. There's 5 strands. Each strand has 150 lights on it. So that's 750 lights. And then the pole over there that my set dresser's just walking by, and Kaylee, she had to come out and look at them too. But on that pole, there's an additional 300 lights. So that brings me up to 1,100 with just lights that I put up today. And I'm keeping count on lights this year. Scare Hollow kind of got me thinking about it. He's always bragging about his Christmas display, and he puts up a crap ton of lights. Probably way more lights than I do. But it got me curious. You know, I always say we do between 5,000 to 10,000 lights. And it makes me, I'm curious, how many lights do we actually have up? So I'm keeping track. So this right here is 1,100. Now I just gotta do every day when I put them up, I gotta take count. But anyway, there's day 1 for you. Tomorrow's gonna be day 2. We're going to be focusing on the big tree over there tomorrow, getting that done. I'm trying to get all my ladder work done first. Makes things a lot easier if you're not tripping over things. But that big tree is tomorrow, so we'll get that done, and we'll probably get the 2 tall arborvitaes done tomorrow too. Add that count to these here. So there we go. Welcome to day 2 of the great Christmas escapade. Showed you last night. We had them turned on. We got the lights up along the eve of the house, and we got the pole done. Today's project are these tall arborvitaes. I got one there, one over there, and I got that tree to do. The majority of it is all net lighting, and I got the tub out for that. And these hold all the net lights to do those 3 things. There's a lot of net lights in there. So we're going to be working on that, and then at the end of the day we'll get them all plugged in and double check, make sure everything looks all right, and I'll get you some video footage of that. But we got the ladder out. If I can get these 3 bushes done, that'll be the last of the ladder work, and everything else can be done from the ground. I don't know if we'll make it past doing these 3 bushes or not. It depends on how much energy I got, what the weather's like, and the weather's beautiful. It's like a spring day out here. And how much trouble that damn tree gives me. That tree is a pain in the ass to get the net lights on, but it looks so beautiful once they're on. But right now, I'm gonna get my extension cord out, and I'm gonna go through the net lights and double check to see, and make sure they're all working. They haven't been used in 2 years. I didn't use the net lights last year. So that's gonna be how we're gonna start it off. There, now maybe you can see me with the Christmas lights on behind me. End of the day, almost dinner time. I stayed out here late. And it's really not that late, it's not even 6 o'clock yet, but it's dark and it's cold. I ended up having to go get my winter coat on. Started out today working on the small bush over there. Then we did the arborvitaes, and I saved that monster for last. I literally just got done with it. Light count. The small bush over here has 300 lights on it. The chain of lights doing the whoop-de-doo on it is 150, and the net light is 150, so there's 300. The arborvitae here has 4 net lights, each one 150. All the net lights are 150 that I've seen. So there's 600 lights on that arborvitae, another 600 lights on that arborvitae, and then there's this tree. And we did a couple of new things with the tree. Normally we do it all in white light, and it's this light, these icicle lights, net lights, are a warm white, to where the icicle lights I've got up on the house are LED, and they're a bright cold white, so they're way brighter. These are a little bit more softer color, and I like that. But the changes that we did was up on the canopy up here. That used to be all white net lighting up there, and this year I decided to do the multicolor, and I like that so much better. The other thing we did was underneath here, the net lighting that goes from the trunk up to there. We never did that before. We just did the trunk and the canopy. Now I added that, and you back off and look at it as a whole, and it really sets the tree off. Now, for light count on that, there's 3 panels across the top on the multicolor, and 3 panels down below, 2 up in the new section and the 1 on the bark. So there's 6 net lights up there, each with 150. Then I have the icicle lights, and these are strands of 150. And so I've got 2 strands up there. But I had a foobar. The strands are actually longer. I have them zip tied to the net light up here. You know, and I just started here with the plug and worked my way around. Well, these strands are some of the older strands, and you might still be able to get them, but they're extremely long, longer than the net lights. So what I ended up doing, we've got a strand of 150, and the second strand of 150, I'm only using 100 of them. I went and took the bulbs out of 50 lights. You know, I just took 1 bulb out to deaden that area, and then zip tied it up there where it won't be seen. So with all the lights on the tree, just the tree alone, 1,150 lights. Tomorrow's chore is going to take place out here on the grass. I'm going to bring out some of my haunt fencing, and we always kind of put it up here. Started doing that when people decided they wanted to crawl in with the blow-ups and take pictures with them. So I started putting up the haunt fencing to keep people out of the Christmas display. So we're going to get the haunt fencing out, get it up, get the lights on it, the garland, the wreaths, what have you. Plus we're going to get the arches out. The old, not the new pillars with the arches, but the old arches that we used to use for the setup. And we decorate those up, and those go out here. Well, at least I can say welcome to build day 3. We're on our 3rd day of doing the Christmas display. Day 1, we got the eave of the house done and the pole. Yesterday we were out here and we got the little bush, the arborvitae, the tree, and the other arborvitae done. Now today we're going to define the space somewhat. I have 2 arches that go up, one that goes by the front door and another one that goes here by this bush. And then we've got going to get some of the haunt fence panels out, and we're going to define out the area where all the blow-ups, the skellies, and everything else go in. I've also got some net lights that in the past we've put up along the fence there, and it's been a lot of years. But we did do 1 year this arborvitae here we had net lights on, and that's what I'm kind of looking at now. To get it to match, I need to put multicolored net lights on it. Now I've got 1 box of multicolored left of the new in here. Now I've got the other net lights that go on the fence in this tub. And I know I've got 2 strands of net lights. I don't know if they're working or not. I'm gonna have to get them out and double check. But that, if they do work, that only gives me 3 strands to do that bush, or 3 nets to do that bush, and I need 4. So I am not exactly sure how I'm going to do it, whether I'll put net lights on that or not. The other thing I could do too is take a look. I'm going to have to take a look at it because the other net lights that are in there are white in color, and I've got 3 boxes of brand new net lights in the back yet that are white. And what I could do is just do that fence line and that tree in white. Neighbor's mowing the yard over there. I think that'll look weird having that bush in white net lights while these are multicolored. So I'm gonna have to kind of think about it. I gotta take inventory and see what I've got. So right now we're gonna get started with inventory and then go from there. I did not make it quite as far as I wanted to today, but I did get something unexpected that I had not planned on today. We got the fence in all the way. I did not get the other arch in. That was my other thing for today, was there's an arch that goes by the front porch. But we did get this arch in. We got some net lights up on that bush. And that bush is the tallest out of the lot, so there's more bush showing than on the others. And then we got net lights up on the fence. As far as light total, there's about 550 lights on the bush. There's 4 net lights, it should be 600. But to get the lights up on the tree, I had to use one of the damaged ones. And there's about 50 lights right here not lit up. And it's in the wiring. So we'll count total that 550, and Scare Hollow, I'm being accurate here. So we got 550 there. We've got another 600 there on the fence. There's 4 net lights on the white lights there. So that'd be 1,150. And then there's 150 lights on the arch. 150 to, so 1,300 lights more added to the total. So we're getting there slowly, but that's where we're at today. So what did I say? 1,300 lights today added to the total. Good morning. Day 5. We got the fence up yesterday. I showed you that last night. We got the arch, we got the big bush, and we did the fence line. Today's project is I've got a second arch that goes over by the front porch. We're going to get that put in today. And then we got to get out here and get this arch finished too. There's some snowflakes that go on it. There's garland. We got garland and lights to do on the fence. Garlands and lights to do on the other arch once we get it in. So we're going to work on that today. That's going to be our main process for today. Before I can do that, I have a repair I need to do, or I should say a replacement to do. The net lights I've got up on the fence are an old string. or old nets, old sets, however you want to word it. There's 4 different nets up here, and I've got one that was giving me problems when I put it in. When they wire these net lights up, there's typically 150 lights on them, and they do them in 3 different circuits. So there's 3 circuits of 50 in the net. One of the circuits on one of the nets stopped working on it, and I went through and took a look at it, and it's not because of burned out bulbs, it's the wiring is loose. You know, if I go over and lift up on the net in a certain direction, the lights will come back on. As soon as I let go of it, they go off. I could probably do some sort of weird zip tie thing to the wiring and get it to work. It wouldn't look right. So what I'm going to do is I got to take that panel off the fence and replace it. And I've got 3 boxes or 3 more sets of net lights I bought new. They're white in color, so I'll just take the old one off, put the new one on. So we're going to start out the day by fixing that, and then we're going to get into the garland and snowflakes and lights and stuff on the fence and what have you. Okay, almost dinner time. Cold again. Some temperatures down in the 40s somewhere. I did not make it as far as I thought I was going to today. I forgot we had several doctor's appointments. Ate up just about 3.5 hours of time, and I lost the light. But we got out here. I showed you this arch last night. I'll back up a little ways, but you can see the snowflakes on. I got the snowflakes on this one, and we're breaking this up because my cord isn't long enough at this current time to do this arch and the other arch. Let me show you the other arch too. All right, now this is the other arch I did not have in place this morning. I got the arch put together, the lights on it, the snowflakes. I even got it finished. There is garland on it too, and I don't know if it's showing. And you can see I've got the pole plugged in. Now that I showed you in the first segment, or when I did the eaves and stuff. But it's why I got it wired into the arch, so it naturally comes on. But there is some garland on here, and you really don't notice it too much at night, but during the day you can see all the edge of the wiring and everything, so I put it on there to hide the wiring. But we got this arch is totally done. I still need, and I got it turned off now, but the other arch on the other side, it still needs its garland. The other thing we got done, and again, I don't know if you can see it right here, we got garland on the post for the fence. I've got 1 post left to do. I got 4 posts done. It takes a while to wrap those damn things with garland. But anyway, like I said, I did not get as far as I planned today due to the doctor's appointments. Good morning. Day 5, day 6, whichever. I'm not really sure. Who cares about what day we're on? Wanted to give you a better look. We got the arch done, and I forgot to give you a light total. That arch there has 240, I think it is. I got it written down. Let me go check the list. 220 lights on this between the net and the snowflakes on the arch. So there's 220, and the other arch has 240 lights on it. So you can add that to the count. We got that arch totally done with the garland. You can see the garland a little bit better on it. And then we got several of the poles on. I still got 1 more to do over here. Need to be wrapped with garland. We need to get garland on this arch yet. And then I have lights we actually put on the other side, not this side, but we do a V pattern on this with lights and garland as well. That's what we're going to be focusing on today. Garland does take a while to do, especially when we're wrapping these damn poles. So we're going to work on the fencing, try to get the fencing done. Then I've got to get the blower out here, and we're going to blow out the gardens again, get more of the leaves out of here. And I don't know, I'll probably save it for last. I know I've got some candy canes that we put in on the other side of the fence too, along the bottom of it. And I always end up doing that last. It'll probably end up being last too. So if we can get the garland done, get the gardens blown out, probably going to start bringing the pillars out, getting them into place. Maybe, I don't know. Depends. is feeling like winter out here today. It's about 38 degrees at the moment. It was cold. Got down in the mid-20s last night. But anyway, we're coming right along. We're about a week out from Thanksgiving, and the display gets turned on Thanksgiving. And most of the hard stuff's done. Getting this garland done on the fences and the arches is the last real hard thing. And then it's actually getting all the set pieces out. The pillars, the skeletons, the blow-ups, the candy canes, and that sort of thing. And that goes by quick. Okay, progress made to a point. We got both the arches done and the fence line. And I have the set dresser out here. She's putting some ornaments on the wreaths. So she'll be working on that for off and on for a while. I did get the old Merry Christmas sign out. And this will be our last season for it. We are having trouble with the wiring on it. When I tested it in to plug it, only the bottom half, the poinsettias were lighting up. Merry Christmas was dark. And I went and tested all the lights, found 8 burned out ones just on Merry and the CH. And while I was testing those, I actually bumped the rest of Christmas, and the Christmas came on, except for the CH. It was tied into the Merry. Replaced all the bulbs and stuff that needed to be replaced, and Merry still won't come on. So we are not going to be able to light that up this year, so to speak, you know, with its own lights. But I have all those specialty lights I use for the haunts, the fire and ice lights, the ones I use in the clown hall. I think what we're going to end up doing is we're going to get one of those out and we'll stake it into the ground, point it at that, because that will reflect the light beautifully. So I'll have that set up like that and put a light in. I'll do that tonight once it gets dark so I can see with aiming. At this point in time, other than what Sue's doing over there, and she's working so hard and diligently at it, and it's only in the upper 30s today, and it looks like and feels like it's going to snow.
Actually, I checked the thermometer out back, it was 32.
32 degrees. Yeah, it's nippy out here today.
Yes.
So, but
I'm trying to stream. It's cold.
yeah. But my next chore now is to start getting all the displays out. And our first display we're going to do, which happens to be the biggest one, is going to be the skeletal choir, which is going to go over there in that corner. And I got to get its backdrop in, which are the pillars from Spirit. But I have some work I need to do on them. Okay, almost dinner time. Figured I'd show you what we got going. I went ahead and got the arch plugged in because it's on the same circuit. And I got the 2 lights out there from the clown hallway. We got down the Merry Christmas sign. I think that'll do perfect. Makes it look like a wave of lights going across the sign. And then the rest of the fence line all the way down here. You really can't see the garland at night. But during the day, it does kind of dress it up a little bit. And then, too, once all the rest of the lights are on behind it, it'll stand out a bit more. But that's that. Now, the other project I worked on, I got started on, I did not get finished. And here I was smart, I brought a flashlight. You should be able to see them over there. The pillars for the choir. I went and drove a 2x2 stake, 5-foot long stake into the ground, and then put the pillars over the top of it. And by that point, it was getting too dark and I couldn't do any more. I still need to go through and, like here on the seam, I'll put a screw in there. I'll do that all the way up and down the back. And one of them, probably in the middle of the pillar, is going to be an extra long one that will go right into the 2x2. And that will help level it up a bit. Oh, and I forgot to mention, just in case you're keeping score, the lights on the fence, 452 more lights to the menagerie. So there's another total for you. Write it down if you're keeping track.